What's up, Devils? J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today are on the video. Brought it the fuck up, didn't look at shit. Any raw black metal that actually has riffs or songs, or is it all lick balls? Pretty sure I gave my opinion nice and thorough on there, but let's see if there's anything to add to it based off the comments. 107 comments, 1.1k views 2 weeks ago, goddammit. Before I just roll the bottom, very first comment at the top, 200 stab wounds, more like 200 homeboy. More like 200 homeboys. Are they homeboys? I don't know if I've ever seen the guys. I mean, they're here in Cleveland, so imagine that I've seen them at shows and shit. Somebody told me that, forget who it was that told me that one of the guys was wearing like a Hell's Headbangers hoodie or something like that. I was like, oh, sweet. Good to know. I never got the vibe that they're homeboys. Are they? I don't know. I haven't seen them when I ever met them. It's possible. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they were, but I never. Homeboys and 200 stab moves, that never ever entered my mind. What just entered my mind was, oh, this is kind of a newer death metal band. Why are they blowing up over others? That was just it. Listen to 12-inch Maxi because that's the thing that came to the shop. Thought it was okay. Didn't think it sucked. Didn't think it was amazing. Just thought, pretty decent background death metal. And I thought them doing the Carcass cover. I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. I'm pretty sure they covered Rupture to Peruans, which is one of my favorite Carcass songs, especially the opening fucking catchy part. So I thought it was kind of cool that they covered that. So that stood out. Other than that, didn't have much of an opinion on them. Never thought they were homeboys, but I guess maybe they are. So all the way scrolling to the bottom, goddammit. Let's see some fuck question marks. Question marks, where we at? All right, there from the bottom. Here we go. Here, Quinn, J-Dog. What's your thoughts on Arch Enemy? Awful band. So, Arch Enemy, yeah, as a whole, I mean, it's commercialized, just commercialized metal, I would say. I don't even know if I'd go as far as calling it awful. It's just commercial music. But I will say this: I think their early albums were actually pretty good. The first time I saw them was on the Burning Bridges tour. Nobody then. 2000, the Flying Machine, 99 or 2000, and nobody cared about them. I like that album down. What's the other ones? As you can tell, I don't listen to them all the time, but there's two albums before that. One with like "Bury Me an Angel" and shit. I thought those were pretty good melodic, I guess, death and roll albums. Like, for example, like I thought that style of music obviously is kind of for the fan base of like Carcass, Swan Song, Heartwork, the Later in Tune shit. But I thought, for example, those albums I think is way better than Later in Tune. I just thought it was just better, more memorable songs and shit. So I thought they had some good stuff, but it was kind of like just death and roll commercial music. It's not like it's brutal shit. Now, where they did get annoying is their first album with the chick singer. I saw them on that tour as well. It was, I think that's the Wages of Sin. I remember that album actually being okay. Had some kind of cool Michael Amott leads and shit like that. But they became very, very annoying extremely immediately because, like I said, Flying Machine they played with Burning Bridges. With who's the singer on that? Johan, maybe? I could be wrong on the dude singing. Very following, whatever, 2 years later, they put out a new album with a fucking, hot chick singer. Fucking, it was at the Agora, shoulder to shoulder, packed to the gills. I'm like, what is this, just a bunch of fucking poser-ass 40-year-old virgins? Like, why do you like the band now? Because there's a fucking hot chick in the band? And didn't, like, she leave and there's another singer? That was my cutoff. I never, after that Wages of Sin shit, like I said, I thought it was okay. I don't own it or anything. Never, I've heard it a few times. And actually, I think I did buy it at one point. Maybe got rid of it. Didn't think it was good enough to keep. I think that was the case. But like Burning Bridges, I own, and I own the other first two, at least one of the first, Black Earth. I thought those were pretty good records, but not. I mean, yeah, it's not no fucking like I consider it commercial friendly music. Like for example, I love Swan Song, Heartwork, some of that death and roll shit. You know what I mean? Some of that stuff I like. I like a little bit of that, and I thought the early Arch Enemy stuff's pretty good for that. But the thing is, what's annoying is a lot of these commercial idiots, and I get the vibe. They definitely exist here in the U.S. The U.S. would get the more so the what's every other band here. What I imagine is Arch Enemy's probably annoying in countries like Sweden, Norway. You get all those canoes that they think like Arch Enemy's the heaviest shit out there. I could be wrong, but that's just my impression. It's more like a European Scandinavia thing where they're the shit over there, but yet they think they're listening to like the heaviest thing alive, and yet they've never even heard fucking Incantation Onward or Golfer or some shit. You know what I mean? Never heard it. Like, forget liking it, just never even fucking heard it. Or bands even more underground than that, like Rochevore or something, just complete deer in headlights, dick in the mouth. So their crowd would be insufferably annoying for that. Lucky for us in the U.S., you don't get that as much. Like, I've never bumped into anybody randomly at the fucking grocery store. I think, but like they brought up Arch Enemy. When I was in high school, nobody brought up Arch Enemy. You know, I mean, it was always the Cold Chamber and Mushroom Head and all that bullshit. So they weren't annoying in that sense. I will say this, seeing them too, like occasionally, like we'll get some of the magazines sent to us and shit like that, just like promo magazines by I don't even know who the top dogs is. It Metal Maniac still? Are they around? Or I don't Decibel maybe is one of them. Where it's on the cover, and I've seen them, and you could just tell like the chick in the band, which from what I heard, I don't even know if it's not the same chick. It's another new chick. Um, she's just a fake metal cunt, like fucking just like King Polly. Yeah. King Polly made shirts years ago, fucking like in the early 2000s, just slogan shirt. The singer of Arch Enemy is a fake metal cunt, and I'd 100% agree because I never met her, so I'm not gonna. I can't say I can say for sure. But if I was a betting man, if Vegas was taking bets, dude, she just at best she listens to Iron Maiden and just commercialized metal, but definitely gets kind of I don't know when she's out and about or with her friends or whatever. Like it's kind of look like as a goddess of metal, and it's like, give me a fucking break. This chick wouldn't even know who fucking Necrovore is or something. Like I guarantee, like stuff like that, more underground stuff like Slaughter Lord, Necrovore, the Fatal demos I told you about, and even hell because she's in Sweden. It's like that. The band's from Sweden. I'm assuming she's from Sweden, unless she's just a singer that they hired gun and she's from somewhere else. But I'm going to assume Sweden. Um, I wouldn't even be surprised if she's never heard like the Grave demos from Sweden. Would not be surprised. I'm sure she's heard Grave, probably crap, a lot like the Solo sound, if even that. But probably never even heard the demos. Putrefaction demo, Painful Death, which she should know that. It's her fucking homeland, or at least she's dealing with a band that's Swedish. The Roots. I would bet a pretty good stack of cash if Vegas was taking bets. She's never even heard that shit, wouldn't like that stuff. But yeah, in a sense, is kind of recognized as goddess of metal. And to her defense, maybe she's not going around saying that, but that's just kind of what the outside looking in. And even people in the metal scene, on the more trendier side of the metal scene, would kind of see her as. And it's just like, this is just some, I mean, she's a pretty attractive chick from what I remember seeing. That's just does vocals for a band that got big. And no offense, she's not metal at all. Because again, just like that Tom Poser fucking Warrior, if you, just because you listen to Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and maybe Merciful Fate, I'm not motherfucking impressed. I'm not at all. You think she listens to Morgue or has even heard it? Fuck no, she don't. Fucking fuck no. And so, well, she likes more, maybe she'll black metal, J-Dog. Dude, no, she don't. No, she don't. Maybe Bathroom. Maybe. But I'm just telling you, again, if you were to see her playlist, assuming she even owns any stuff, I'm telling you, dude, she's listening to big commercialized metal, man. She's listening to nothing fucking underground, nothing hard and heavy, and even stuff like, yeah, early Razor and stuff. Would she even know that? Yeah, never met the girl, can't say for certainty, but if I had to bet, that's the impression I got. My impression could be dead ass wrong. If I'm like, no, J-Dog, I hung out with her, most metal chick ever, owns 10,000 LPs, can school you on metal. Then I stand fucking corrected. But just based off the image that I've seen, the little bit of annoying shit I've seen, and if I had to take a bet, that would be my guess. But I don't think like what you guy awful band. The thing is like, are they though? It's just commercialized fucking metal music. That's not really my thing for the most part. It's probably pretty talented. It's probably got a lot of leads. Again, I haven't heard later stuff. The earlier stuff's pretty good. Like, what's so awful about it? Yeah, their fan base, like I said, because when the chick came along, is annoying. But of that, does that make them awful band? Like, again, awful fucking band. It's like literally the music has shut this off. It's fucking horrible. Again, do I think I'm going to listen to probably New Arch Enemy? No, it's probably nothing I'd probably. I don't. I guarantee there's a million times fucking worse. So I don't know if actually the music itself is going to be that fucking awful. But the last one I heard was, like I said, we just said, was that 2003? And yeah, the crowd was too fucking annoying and just, it's for me to stomach. You want to talk about a goddamn fucking room full of goddamn posers. Go to that. And like I said, I know because 2 years prior, before the Chicks, I mean, why else did they blow up? Literally from one album to the next, and it was within 2 to 3 year time span. They went from, I'm not even exaggerating, fucking a Flying Machine, there's maybe 25, 30 people there, literally. And then they played the Agora 2 to 3 years later, and I don't know, a few hundred. There was a shitload of people there at the Agora. That's Poser City. That's just a bunch of fucking 40-year-old weirdos that never been fucking laid. Oh, there's a chick in the band. What do you think she's gonna do? Like she's gonna suck everybody guy off at the fucking stage? You know what I mean? Or you walk out, you You get a signature, a fucking fist bump and a blowjob. Like, what do you think? What the fuck does it matter? Like, go watch porn if you just want to look at hot chicks. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. Super Vomit, goddammit. J-Dog question. Do you think Cannibal Corpse would be where they are now if Chris Barnes never left the band? For example, I don't think Iron Maiden wouldn't be at the top of the game had Paul Di'Anno remained in the band. Hard to say because Chris went on to go do 6 Feet Under, which like him, love him, or hate him. Yeah, that's another band which, first 3 albums I like, but then their shit was pretty fucking junk. I'm not going to say they're awful band. They have 3 pretty good records in my book. But anyways, like him or love him or hate him, he was definitely successful. So he actually really break it down. Chris kind of did more than anyone in the death metal scene. Think about it. He started Cannibal, became the biggest death metal band. Even when he was in it, weren't they the current biggest death metal bands? If not the biggest at the time, top 3, between them, Morbid Angel, and Deicide. And then leaves the band, takes a fucking total chance. Because look how many other guys they started. Paul Di'Anno, what did he leave? He left to do his own side project. Does anyone even know about that shit? Does anyone care? You know what I mean? Not that I know of. But Chris went on to start another band, 6 Feet Under, and even that was super successful. Again, yeah, we know how shitty it became, and the Homeboys and fucking bringing the iced tea or whatever the hell it was in there. Dumb as fuck. But success is success. Everything else aside. So I don't know. Obviously, he has some type of formula for fucking in the death metal scene that he knows how to fucking put butts in buckets and asses in seats, right? So maybe they'd be just as popular, if not more popular. Seems to be know how to do something right. Layla Lover 90. Question for the dog. Oh, by the way, Layla Lover, I got your box of CDs and the stickers. Yeah, so how do you want me to do that? Maybe it's in here. I see something like, yeah, okay. Question for the dog and devils. Would you be interested in a fan-funded CD giveaway for this channel? I just ordered 5 copies of an EP from the death thrash band Flayed Disciple and was going to ship them to iDog to give away maybe on this channel. I also have 11 copies of I Forgot More Metal Than You Know bumper stickers. Let me know. So yeah, I got those. How do you want me to do it? I'm not going to do a giveaway as in that's all we give away and then I got to ship it on my dime because, then I got to pay for shipping and for, you know what I mean? Maybe if somebody places an order, they can put in the special instructions, hey, include one of those items from Layla Lover. How about do that? How's that sound to you? Adam, right? That's your name? Layla Lover 90. Yeah, how's that? Because I'm not gonna do something where it's like, hey, yeah, send me out this J-Dog for no goddamn reason. I got enough packs to ship out, and then I got to eat the shipping on top of it. But yeah, if it's somebody that places an order at Hell's and says, hey, I watched the channel, toss it in there. I got zero problem doing that when they put in the notes section. So tell me what you think, Adam. That good idea, bad idea, or what did you have in mind? Because at the moment, I opened it up and I just have it kind of sitting off to the side. But thanks for that. RJCJ Rock. Sup Devils, is J-Dog a furry? What the fuck's a furry? Life Eternal, question mark, question mark, question mark. What's your favorite Danny Lilliker band that the dude keeps busy? Favorite thing that Danny Lilliker plays for me? Probably SOD, Speak English or Die. I have to probably go with that. Best of 2020-22. Gotta be Soulfly, Korn, Machine Head. That's another one. Machine Head, Ghost, and Arch Enemy. Shit, brah. You put Arch Enemy. Just that's the thing. As much as I'm sure, don't get me wrong, I haven't heard anything by Arch Enemy. If the last one was 2003, 2002, Wages of Sin, and even that I barely remember. It's literally been 20 years since I've heard anything since. So I'm sure the shit is probably pretty fucking homo. But I honestly, dude, I can't imagine it's as bad as Korn and fucking and Soulfly and you put Ghost in there. Ghost to me, I don't think they're literally they're just honestly, I kind of don't even consider them a metal band in a sense. They kind of metal, they have metal influences. To me, it's kind of like a commercial friendly hard rock band. Which I don't know, I'm appalled that people like them. They like them. It's just it's no different to me than somebody says I like Van Halen or I like Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, that sounds about right. So it appeals to you. I don't know what's with these underground guys getting all mad at them. I guess because they stem from the underground and maybe because the dude's in fucking Repugnant. But outside that, he's just doing a commercial rock band. Okay, if it's successful, okay, yeah. Do I particularly care for it? They got a few songs that I like, but I'm indifferent. To me, I don't really consider them the words underground metal or death metal and the words ghost. They don't even go hand in hand. It's like there's two totally different things. Like my mom would probably like ghost. Like, oh, this is really nice stuff, J Dog. Like literally, yeah. It's just commercial music. Corn and shit. The reason why I've always kind of thrown them on the bus is because again, growing up in high school, it was them same fucking dick lickers that would come up to you. You were in a Cannibal Corpse shirt and they didn't even know what that was, and they're rubbing elbows with you like you listen to the same shit. So, what? At least the ghost guys and stuff, to be honest with you, because I have met some outsiders ghosts, they kind of didn't do that. It's a lot of times when I've seen them outside the metal scene, it just seems like a bunch of harmless hippies that kind of like different music across the board in a sense, or maybe just some rock music, a little bit heavy metal, maybe some Metallica and shit, and they like ghosts. And I'm like, yeah, they're staying in their lane, in my opinion. That's up their alley. That's what that's for. It's no different than fucking them liking Slayer or Metallica. Yeah, commercial metal bands. Well, Machine Head, yeah, that was another pretty fucking bad one. Forgot all about them. Joshua Michael, question J Dog, what are some of your go-to albums for some window down arm out headbanging action in the car? Just any of the stuff that I like. You know what I mean? I switch it up. Whenever I listen to the car, I just go to my CD collection and I pull whatever disc I'm in the mood. Or a lot of times it's haven't heard this in a while, kind of forget what it sounds like type of shit. And yeah, that's what I play. So that's the arm down the window fucking shit that nothing that I don't have like a select playlist. It's not like it's just member only for the car and morgue for the warehouse. No, you know what I mean? It's whatever. I just grab. Ryan is Exerta 2. Question, J Dog. Holy fuckskis, bro. I just realized you have like every dismember shirt ever made. Question, do you have a massive killing capacity shirt? No, I don't have any. That's one I don't have. I don't have massive killing capacity. I don't have death metal. I don't have hate campaign. I don't have where iron crosses grow. So there's a lot of them I don't have. But I do like massive killing capacity. I thought that was a great album. Definitely, you could tell they're kind of trying to change, more melodic. But Casket Garden, that's a phenomenal fucking song. I Saw Them Die, the title track, Massive Killing Capacity. I thought that was I think it's a really, really good record. If you don't like melodic shit, I can see why you wouldn't like it, but Harry Quinn, J Dog, I don't know about any innovative death metal band since 2010, but a good innovative band since 2010 is Acid Witch, in my opinion. Who else sounds like them? Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. And well, when did Acid Witch officially start? Was it 2010? Was it slightly before then? Yeah, it sounds about right. It was about around that time frame. Yeah, that was the first thing that stood out to me when there was Razorback that put out the first pressing of Witch Tannic Hallucinations. The immediate thing that stood out to me, why I checked it out, because I thought the cover art was really cool. I put it on, and I'm not gonna lie, I've told this story a million times. I'm like, it's kind of boring because it's slow and doomy, but I liked it for the uniqueness. And that's what stood out to me. That's why I like the album Stone better, because it still had that uniqueness. But I thought the songs were a little bit more upbeat and catchy and like just not so snoozy. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're a very unique band. That was the thing that stood out to me because all in all, I'm like, this is not like something I would jam all the time. When Witch Tana came out, I was like, because like I'm getting kind of bored because it's kind of really slow. But I was like, I like it because it's got yeah. I mean, it's literally unique. It doesn't sound like anybody, and it sounds the uniqueness sounds pretty fucking cool. It's not unique as in like this is just stupid and they're trying. It was cool. But Stone is my favorite. I think that not only, like I said, has a uniqueness, but it fucking has the songs I like a lot. Very, very good, very enjoyable. That's definitely my favorite thing. But I like pretty much everything by him too, because even the last sound, all the 7 inches and the Evil Sound screamers, that was all good shit. I like it. I own it all. Like, yeah, liked it enough to buy it. Now, yeah, I put on the players. It was cool, but I want to get it. Like, I actually picked it up. I mean, uh, the Conqueror or Worm. So what I got out of this is mutilation is bad, but Old Nick is good. Question mark, question mark. Sounds like he's appalled. I'd say stick to death metal of Marduk, brah brah. That's pretty much what I do, and I would agree. Um, yeah, that was my like I said. What I liked about the Old Nick was because it kind of threw in some of the Acid Witch parts with the black metal, as opposed to the if it would have been just the straight up black metal shit. I'm like, oh, again, yeah, mutilation, flat tap is great. Heard this a trillion fucking times, but it kind of had that unique little pinch in there. And their songs for me were kind of memorable, but yeah, if you thought Old Nick was terrible, that's fine. In 2020, just 2 years ago, everybody thought they were so fucking cool. So it's gonna be so funny how that's gonna be the new band people will rip on. That was fucking awful. Not everybody that was Shaman and Hells. That was a top selling fucking thing for months. By far, top selling thing. Selling hand over fucking fist. Just like Toxic Holocaust when they first came out, man. First two albums when they're on New Core now. If you didn't like in the early 2000s for the young bucks that weren't fucking around, if you didn't like Toxic Holocaust in, let's say 2003, let's say around that time, 2003, 2004, 2005, you were a fucking loser by fucking everybody's terms on the fucking message boards. Not J-Dog's terms. J-Dog don't give a fuck. I don't think you're a poser if you don't like one band. But that was literally like, that was the sense in the scene. Pretty much, no one came out and said those words. But if you're on that Nuclear Now thread board and shit like that was kind of the way people, that's the lingo they be using, the talking. Evil Never Dies. Greatest thing to come out since fucking In the Sign of Evil. That type of shit, right? Which, I love that shit. You guys know Toxic Holocaust is one of my favorite bands. But then as soon as they join, well, get signed to Relapse Records, Toxic Hollywood, Zach Morris, Saved by the Bell, blah, 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 sellouts. But yet it's the exact same style of music. Why? Because he got a bigger paycheck to do the same thing he's done? I'm doing the same fucking thing. Hell's bells, yeah. If I could do the same exact thing right now and someone say, hey, J-Dog, we're going to pay you $10 million a year to do it, count me in. I'm doing it. Fuck yeah, I am. Why not? I can do the shit that I still love to do and get paid more money. You're a dummy if you say no. It's a fucking no-brainer. Selling out, again, is pulling a Metallica load. You're purposely changing your music. Let's sell some more records. Joel never did that. We talk about every Toxic Holocaust. If anything, the only thing I can get behind someone, like, for example, Craig Reaper, he doesn't like Toxic Holocaust. He always kind of represents. He's like, dude, yeah, you got one thing, you got it all. All sounds the same. That's at least a kind of a more respectable rip on him. Like, I get it, yeah, because it's kind of the same old, kind of like Mortician, Incantation. Got one, you got it all. I can at least understand that criticism. To say that they sold out shit, what are you talking about, dude? It's still the fucking. Does every album sound the same? Exactly the same? Well, no. What fucking band does? And why would you want them to sound exactly the same? Literally, fucking from the first Incantation to the last one, it doesn't sound exactly the same, but it's the same goddamn formula. I mean, you get my point, right? Toxic Holocaust, same fucking formula. From the very last album they did, and I know I own it, to Evil Never Dies, same formula. Yeah, Evil Never Dies is a little more grittier, fucking, and raw, and maybe played not as crisp, because that's pretty much how everybody's band starts off, just like Cannibal Corpse, eating back to life. It's the last one. Same fucking formula, but yeah, there's a little bit more grit because there's a bunch of kids learning their instruments and shit. That's the way it goes. What are you talking about? But he didn't change his fucking formula to sell more records. That's selling out. These dum-dums that give their opinion on shit, it's like, dude, just stop talking. You look fucking stupid. Like, you're allowed to not like him if you're like, I didn't really like those ones, the songs that hit me. Cool. But you can't say something like he sold out when it doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Again, I've said it once and I've said it a million times. Getting big, doing what you set out to do is not selling out. That's just scene shows you. Lucky you. You know what I mean? Selling out is changing what you set out to fucking do to sell more records. That is selling out. Hell's Headbangers, if we start putting out Slipknot, Mushroomhead, Coal Chamber, specific as a holy fuck, we know we can move. You know, we move an average of 2,000 CDs per the underground bands. We're going to move 20,000 each of these. That is selling out. That is selling out. The day we do that, you can call Hell's Headbangers sellouts. So deliberately changing and setting out what you've done that you set out to do, changing it to specifically for fucking money. That's selling out. Not getting popular doing what you're doing. No, that's what you want. You know what I mean? Do what you love doing, and if it blows up and you can make a good living off it, that's fuck yeah, you're golden, man. Your life is fucking awesome. So, anyways, that's it for this one, Nibbles. Comments, questions, concerns. You know what the fuck to do. Put in the goddamn comments boxes, and I'll get them answered bright and early. Later, goddamn it.